Hey everyone, welcome to your Thursday. I'm turning up the wrong volume button. I guess that's part of the joys of of going live here. And I'm like, hey, I suddenly can't hear myself in my own headphones. What's going on? Oh, yeah, turn up the right slider is the important thing. Welcome to this edition of the Basement Marketer. Today is April 4th, 2024. And what we're going to talk about is something that I've actually been on my mind a lot this week. And we're going to talk a little bit about why you should have an AI bot on your website, or what's the purpose of having AI even incorporated into your site whatsoever. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. Now, I just did a couple YouTube videos, which you can find on our other channel, our Reach Penguin channel. Again, that one's brand new as well, just like this podcast is brand spanking new, and it kind of walks through some of the things that the AI conversation bot can do, which is pretty stinking awesome. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today. I'm kind of just stalling a little bit to get people into the room before we start digging into the conversation itself. But for the most part, it's something pretty new to me. Now, I've seen everyone. It's been kind of the rage of every marketing company, every bot builder on the planet is pushing, AI this, AI that, which, I see the advantages to it, but in the past, AI just hasn't been all that great. Let's be honest. Hey Megan, it all just kind of is just what it is. A lot of times you talk to AI and you just know you're talking to AI, which I think is becoming more and more acceptable as people come across these on different websites, whether they're talking to an AI or not talking to an AI. But it's a different experience. I don't know if you guys have experienced the same thing. It's been my experience that sometimes the AI just doesn't answer the way you want it to, and it's way off topic, and that happens, and that still happens today. But it's gotten so much better. So much better. Now, I've talked about this a little bit in some other things, as I mentioned that we've been doing. I've created a couple or a YouTube short on this, and I've covered some of the top reasons that you'd want an AI bot there. And I want to talk about these just a little bit. And it's funny, I obviously, I own a marketing company, I own a marketing agency. And we sell software. We do all of that stuff. But, I still do the homework. I still do the research, as in like, hey, what are people really need AI for? And I'm trying to go out there on the web and still do homework, still do the research, even though we see it a lot day to day. But I still want to know, how is this really benefiting people? And is there anything really out there that we can find and bring to everyone's attention? And actually, there is quite a bit of it that obviously some of it we knew, some of it is always new to us, which is nice. Obviously, one of the most apparent things, right, of why you want one of these things on your website, and it's going to vary a little bit for business to business here. What I mean by that is some businesses are not open 24/7, right? They're not. It's they have, and maybe they don't sell online where all their items or products, services are available for online. And, people like to leave at 5 o'clock. Some people actually enjoy having a family life and, hanging out with the kiddos and their spouse. And you're not always available 24/7, and nor should you be available 24/7. And it gets expensive to try to hire staff to man any responses coming in to your company 24/7. But this little chat bot that could be sitting on your website can be working 24/7, and you don't even have to pay them overtime or time and a half, for that matter, or holiday pay, because they'll just be cranking right away on your website and be monitoring it. Now we run it's the same chat bot that runs between our Various Solutions site and our Reach Penguin site. It's the same one, but we've cross-trained it into both. So they have an understanding. It has an understanding of obviously what the companies do. So you can ask it some random questions. Now it's a fairly new bot. So if you go to those sites and start messing with that bot, it's not going to answer 100% accurate. But its sole purpose, and we've told it its intent, right? What we try to get the bot to do is answer basic questions that somebody might have, or at least guide them to where they can find the response on our website, or book a demo, or hey, send them this video file, send them the link if they have this particular question, drive them to this video. But ultimately, the bot is going to try to drive them to an appointment, or book an appointment with one of our experts that can help with whatever question it is that you might have. I'm going to be muting occasionally. I still have a cough, which will never go away. It's a little irritating, but anyway, nonetheless, that's what that bot's going to do. It's going to try to answer your questions as best that you can. Because, unfortunately, people are in the mindset that, hey, I put all this great information on my website. People are going to go through, they're going to read it. They're going to learn everything about my company. That's not going to happen. Unfortunately, I don't have to make the sound effects. I have these whole buttons here. There we go. Yeah, no, they're not going to read your whole website. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, just the way that it is. It's sad. It really is sad. But people are not going to read your website. What they want to do is they want a fast answer. The fastest way. No matter what time of day it is, if it's in the middle of the night where they're up thinking, which it happens to me often, I stay awake and I'm like, how do I solve this problem? And I'll start doing some research. And if there's a chat bot on somebody's website, man, I'm chatting with it. I'm like, hey, do you guys do this? Do you do that? Because I have very specific questions, and hopefully that chat bot can do it. Now, kind of the difference here of the chat bot, we do offer a chat bot in all transparency, and there's some other phenomenal ones out there too. There's some great chatbots out there. They've come a long way. But what makes some of them a little different is that the ability that a human can jump in at any time and take over that conversation, right? And that's what's important, because AI is, well, it's AI, right? It's still going to do what AI does best and try to come up with the best answer out there that maybe it thinks is the best answer and may not necessarily be the right answer. And that's where training comes in. And you do have to train it. Now, a lot of that is from your website. So, and again, I can speak to the one we have, or the one we offer. And what we do is we say, hey, go read this web page and learn it. Go read this web page and learn it. We can tell it to read individual web pages, and then the bot will read through there and gain knowledge and information. I can tell it to go, hey, just go read the whole website. Here's the URL, reachpenguin.com. Go read that entire site. And then now you have that knowledge and you can answer people quickly. So they don't have to go and read your whole site. Your AI automatically has it indexed. It knows your whole site, and it's going to just give them the answer that they're looking for. Now, here's the trick. And here's something I've learned with a couple of the AI bots, because I've tested a few now, is that some of the websites, all websites are not built alike, right? Some of them have, and I won't get too nerdy on it. Those of you who know how to build the sites, they have some code in them, right, that displays things on the screen, but may not be actual words on the website. What I mean by is, like, it's not letters that somebody has typed. It's in the code being displayed that way. I'm not explaining this well. I apologize in advance. I'm not explaining that well. But, for our purpose here is some of the features on there. We used what's called a widget, a third-party widget, because I could not build a side-by-side table to save my life. I could not do it, man. We tried everything to try to build this thing out. And so finally I found a widget that served the purpose, is what I was looking to do. And it did a side-by-side comparison, but it's actually stored on a different site where the widget company that made the widget. And then we basically just gave it a short code or a embed code to push into our site. So it's not really on our site. It's just being displayed there. I hope that makes sense. So therefore, when our chatbot, right, our AI bot goes to read the site, it just sees an embedded piece of code. It can't actually go out to the other site to read said code. So basically we have some learning issues there. So we couldn't have it respond to some of that. So you have to be aware of that when putting that on there. But so we just filled it in. There's a section in that, basically it's called a QA section for this chatbot, and you can train it. Right? It's like, hey, if somebody asks this question, here's the answer to this question. Now, what's cool about it, and since this is audio only, I can't really show or demonstrate the bot, is that you can. What I was messing around with, I was purposely trying to mess with our AI bot, right? And I would ask the question in different ways. I would come in as a different user, ask it another way, and just get it kind of close in like really broken English, which isn't hard for me to do in the first place. That's my natural English state, is broken English. But and the AI bot would still get it, man. It would still get it. It was pretty cool. And again, I was doing this, I don't know, it was 11 o'clock one night doing this. So 24/7 response is what's great. Absolutely great to do this. And the reason this, saves you a lot is because, you get a lot of, well, if you've worked at a business and you answer phones, or you're customer facing a lot, or own the business, you get a lot of questions that are the same, probably, is my guess. I know we do here. People ask the basic same things. Hey, what's the price? How many user accounts do I get with this? Or are you talking social media management? Then how many posts do I get per this? We get a lot of those basic questions over and over again, same things. And that's where the AI bot is really awesome. If somebody comes to your site, they can just ask the bot those questions, and the bot will answer those routine questions in a form of automation where you don't have to do it. The person gets their answer. And I think most times I don't necessarily care if I'm talking to a bot or not. I don't. It doesn't bother me either way. Um, and So I just want the answer. I just want the answer. And a lot of times, I understand it's a bot, and that's fine. Because who's going to be sitting there at the website 24/7 for that. Oh, hey, Megan, I forgot. I think you used the wrong link to come in. I think you used the link that I sent the rest of the staff to come in. You have a separate admin link that you can use to come in, because you're an admin on the site, in which you should be able to, just like, if you want to come up on stage, you can hit the like. I think you're actually on the right link. Never mind. Again, I'm new to Podbean, so this is a little bit challenging. If you just like hit the talk or up on stage, it should. I can't. I don't know what that button says. I think it's call in. Maybe if you hit the call in button, it should just promote you up. There. Oh no, it says invite. I'll go ahead and invite you, but you're an admin in here. Just make sure you're muted when you pop up. But there, it should pop you up there on it at some point. Maybe it didn't, for whatever reason. Try it again. See if it lets you come in. No, that says call in one. Hold on. Maybe I didn't hit it. And allow you to come up. Allow call in. Yes. We've sent your invite. Okay. Oh, there. Now you're in there. All right. Excellent. Wasn't sure about that. And again, as part of it, are you there? Are you surviving? Make
Hi,
it?
I'm here. I have to figure out how to mute now.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah. So it should be. I think you click your hover over your image there, and there's a little mute button. Or if you're on a mobile, it'll be down in the
Oh,
down.
I see.
There you go. There you go. Now you're muted. Yeah. If you want to pipe in at any time, go ahead. Megan works at Avery Solutions, so she can. I didn't know if she wanted to be on stage or up here or not, but she's up there now. Yeah. So much. So yeah, automation of routine questions. So that really helps with that. So you're not getting a lot of calls. People are asking basic questions, things like that. And again, it was the intent of that is to really help you and get the questions to your leads that they need right away, right? Right away. It does, and here's my firm belief also in this, is that it does increase interactions and conversations. People are more likely, at least the newer generations, to use a chat bot or a chat on a website. I'm still amazed when I go to a website and I see that it doesn't have a chat bot there. I'm like, wow, wow. Um, you know, because I think people are missing out a lot on interactions in conversations they could be having not only with their current customers, but with potential leads. Now, we have not yet, I don't think. No, I have not trained our own chat bot to say, hey, if someone comes to the site and asks, how do I get support or something like that? I don't think it knows the answer to that. No, it doesn't yet. I haven't trained it yet, but we can provide it. Hey, send them this link. If they ask a support question, send them directly to support, so they can get their questions answered. So it's gonna do that for them. So it'll help your customers find the answers faster. Now, what I have found and what research shows, not just my research, it's pretty universal, is depending on what generation or age group that somebody is in, right, is what type of communication that someone is more likely to use to communicate with your company. Some people go straight to a phone number. If you see it, it's typically the older generation, which is maybe my age and older-ish. I'm 52, and it could be my generation or a little bit older that would sooner pick up the phone and actually talk to someone and ask them the questions that way, which is fine too. So you want to have that method on your site. Some people will prefer, hey, I'm just going to send an email to info@whatevercompany.com, right? Info or questions or whatever. And that's the way they prefer to communicate, right? And others are going to see a contact form and go, oh, yes, I just need to fill out this contact form really quick and fill out that information. So, that's fine too. And then finally, the last group of people are going to see, now I'm talking specifically about your website type of traffic right now, is going to see that chatbot and go, oh, this is the best way right here. I'm just going to quickly talk to it, because the chatbot can appear on every page, no matter where the information is at. They don't have to go to a separate page to dial or find your phone number or anything like that. Chatbot's always there, kind of virtually stalking them, right? Page to page, basically. I hate to use those terms because it is AI and everybody's a little suspicious. But, again, it's not... The AI that we use isn't just going to start randomly making stuff up. It's going to say, hey, I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe you want to go to this website to try to find it, or to this page and contact us, or do you want a meeting? I think is what we have. Again, I think ultimately our chatbot's trying to push you to a meeting, to a person, to set up some time to talk. I'm a big connection guy. For the longest time, I did not have the AI turned on my website, and man, I cannot ignore these studies any longer. I have to get with the generation, because I look around and people complain that nobody, the malls are all going dead, and then generations before that, I'm going to go way back. Oh, the Pony Express died. It's I know that's kind of laughable, right? But it's things change. The way we do business changes. So we as business owners, we have to keep up with the latest changes that are out there. And the way to do that is technology, unfortunately, is the way that it goes. And Pony Express, right? And, you have to adapt. You really do have to adapt. It's like selling stuff online. If your business isn't online, probably should consider it if you're able to make transactions there that way, because it's a global, and business is a global environment now. It just really is. There's still the mom and pop shops. I love to shop local. When I was looking for, I just was in the market for lawn care. There's a funny story that I'm going to tell here really quick, is that when we moved up here we're up near Cleveland. We're in the Cleveland, Ohio, greater Cleveland, Ohio area, more west. Got this house and it has a really nice lawn, right? And I'm like, I'm bound and determined to keep this lawn looking as nice as possible. So for a million years, I don't know how many years it was, not a million, 5, 6 years, 7. How long have we been here? 12 years now. The lawn has slowly deteriorated every year. I go out and I buy the next big piece of equipment to help. I was like, I can aerate the lawn now, or I can that's the lawn now. Or now I can throw spreading granulars all over the lawn to kill the dandelions. I can do this. I'm trying to do it myself and I'm failing miserably at this. Right. And so, finally I'm like, all right, we're officially the hillbillies of our neighborhood. And I'm like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I grew up in the country. I like being that way. My grass growing up as a kid was a sea of dandelions. We owned like several acres. I think it was close to like 4 acres maybe of just grass. It was all grass, all dandelions too. Didn't treat it at all. Anyway, but now I don't want the lawn to look like that. So I'm like, I broke down. I'm like, okay, I got to find a lawn company. So I started looking, and as you're searching, you're finding all the big box places, all the franchises, the chains that are all over the place. And I know they do a great job, and I understand that they employ local people as well. I like to go after the people like myself, right? Startup businesses who are out there just kind of trying to crush it, and they're cranking away at trying to get some sales and grow their business. So those are I specifically try to look when I'm doing something for here for the house for those types of business that are starting up. Because number one, I know I'm going to get better attention generally from those types of people, and they are going to give the family and myself and my grass better attention, right? Because it's important to them at the stage of business that they're in. So that's why I search for those local types of business, and that's why I like to shop local. But is that local company online? The answer is yes, they absolutely are online, because I did a little homework on them first to make sure, number one, it was legit, and to make sure that the company was around, and they had a website, they had a bunch of stuff, and I talk to the guy every time he's here. Now we've got a good report going, and I'll give him some advice here and there on what to do. But the thing is, he's online. And he's there. And there's some, I'm surprised when I look around at some businesses that I did do homework on, at least the one I decided on was here local. All they do is local. Some of them that I looked at were spread out a little bit, and their websites were kind of there. Some of them were just Facebook pages. So it's kind of there, but you really need to be, online in the space. Now, speaking of Facebook, speaking of Instagram, when it comes to the AI chat, a lot of times the chat bot is just linked to your site alone, right? And I think that's I think companies are missing out on this. Now, if you don't do business on Facebook, if you don't do business on Instagram or in SMS for that matter, or WhatsApp, depending on where in the world that you're at, then it's okay. That's fine. But if you do, which I know a lot of people are doing business on Facebook and a lot of people are doing business on Instagram, I think your chatbot should be there too, right? And again, I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, but look, when you're looking for a chatbot, see if it has integrations for those services. Now, ours does, of course, and let me tell you about the cool thing that it does. It just kind of sits there in Reach Penguin and watches our website. It watches. That sounds creepy. Not really watches. It listens, which is even creepier, I guess. It listens for these things, interactions to happen. It's a trigger that fires it off, right? Hey, if somebody chats on our website, then respond, right? If somebody now sends us a Facebook DM or an Instagram DM, that same chat will fire back to them, right? Because I can't, man, as a business owner, I can't watch, and my staff's busy doing things. We can't watch social media 24/7, and people want answers right away. Now, what this chat bot will do is it sets and watches not only for incoming DMs, but it has the ability to watch for comments posted or replies posted to our Facebook and Instagram posts. How cool is that, right? That's pretty awesome. We can reply back and if we post something out there and it says, hey, here's the reasons you should have an AI chatbot on your site. And somebody replies back, hey, that's awesome. I want to know more. Chatbot sees it, can respond right away. Hey, awesome. Hey, why don't you come over here to this link and we can get somebody in contact with you to do that. Boom. You've responded to them instantly on a platform that's not even your website. And it's the same chatbot that's setting on our website. Same, I don't know what to call it. I guess the same AI that's setting there. Again, the more I talk about this, the more I get a little creeped out, but it is a saver. You have no idea how awesome this thing is. And to have it be able to be spread around like that, and just to watch different avenues of the of your business for you and respond to potential leads and customers when you're not always watching those platforms. I'm not on social media all that much. I post the typical dad meme. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's really bad jokes. Like I had this meme that my daughter's got a kick out of it anyway. And Megan, I haven't showed Megan this picture yet. I'll send it to her here in Slack in just a few minutes. Or I'll send it to Abby too. Abby does our social media, and it was a picture of Taylor Swift. Swift. I can't even say it right now. And it said Taylor Sith, like a Sith Lord, and had a lightsaber in there. And it was pretty stinking cool. So those are the type of memes that I put out. They're really boring. But some of the things also that the chatbot is able to do, it doesn't post dad memes. I'm sure I can train it to maybe do that, which would be interesting. Gosh, I think it's awesome to see what it comes up with, because and that's another topic is kind of the AI graphics. If you guys have seen these things, we have AI that will create graphics for your like social posts, which is really bizarre. That's a whole other topic. I won't go down that route. But AI, we're relying on it more and more all the time, especially when it comes to collecting the customer information. Now, I'm going to turn our bot on later, probably today, of how to do this particular thing, is what I'm about to tell you. It will collect information, like if it asks you what your email is, if it asks you what your phone number is, it's collecting your information to add into our lead system. So a salesperson, a real person, can follow up with you with that information. So, and again, it could be at 3 a.m. I don't have staff on at 3 a.m. To collect that information if somebody needs contact, but my AI bot is there to collect the phone number, to collect the email. And then we can say, hey, if this new contact has an email, and if they came in through the chat bot, let's fire off an automated email saying, hey, and maybe make it fun from the AI bot. Say, I'm watching you. No, I'm kidding. Not do that. But, kick it back and say something along the lines of, hey, thanks for having the conversation with me. Well, as soon as we're in normal business hours, we'll kick somebody over your way and have you give them a phone call or an email, something like that. But again, that's follow up with your leads. Leads want that human touch. They want follow-up. How many times have you gone to a website and couldn't find how to contact them? You couldn't get a response right away. If it takes more than a day, something like that, then you're frustrated. You're going somewhere else. Those customers are going to go somewhere else away from you to your competitor. They're going elsewhere, right? See, this is giving me ideas right now to do with just some automations with our own AI bot. As I sit here and chat, I'm thinking, man, it could do this. It could absolutely 100%, if it's talking to you in the middle of the night, send you an email that we've written. Obviously, we're not gonna let the AI write it. It could be some interesting 3 a.m. conversations with a chatbot. That'd be funny. But no, we won't do that. But something that we've sent that, hey, make it personalized from one of our staff saying, hey, this is so and so. I'll get a hold of you as soon as I get back in the morning. We can help solve that problem that you're having with maybe not getting customers on your website, or not getting responses, or not being able to respond to Facebook or Instagram through AI. Or our chatbot is also fully capable of having a conversation in standard text or SMS messages. Now, I have this turned off right now because my salespeople are using SMS to communicate with some of their prospects and things, and I didn't have it turned off a couple of days ago. And one of my staff, I think we're having a conversation. One of my new hires, we're having a conversation with one of their parents, I think. I don't want to say any names or anything, but and then the salesperson didn't answer their parent back right away, and the AI has a lag, which meaning, hey, after so long, if a human doesn't respond, then AI, you're free to go. And it happened. I saw it happen, and I was like, "Oh, let's turn that off in SMS. We'll leave SMS messages alone in there." Now we do have what's called missed call text back. So if you try to call the company and no one can answer, we do have AI try to message you back right away. That's the only time that it'll do that in SMS message. We like to handle those just because the staff's constantly using them. I'm using SMS messages, and I don't want AI butting into my conversation if they're not all that familiar with what we have been talking about in the past. But it absolutely is possible to do it if you're a smaller operation and you don't have salespeople. Maybe you do want AI to help inject into that conversation, which it's very possible to do. But again, collecting the information is critical, no matter when that lead comes to your website, because someone, all you have to do is go on, whether you're using Google Analytics or whatever you're using to track visitors coming to your website, you see that you're getting traffic more than likely to your website, right? Who are those people? No idea, right? Most people come and go from the website all the time. They don't leave any information because they're just kind of looking around, seeing something. If you can have a chat bot say, "Hey, can I help you with anything?" in there, they may answer. And they may not. Get them engaged in that conversation. And again, that's one of the points that we talked about a little bit ago, was get those interaction, get those conversations started, even if its initial starts with an AI. And we make it apparent that ours is an AI. Our little icon is a robot, things like that. I think I'm going to change it to a penguin, which is obviously Reach Penguin's logo. I'll change it over to something like that. Not that people think you're maybe talking to a penguin, but an AI penguin. There we go. And that's what's important, is to get that conversation started and collect that potential leads information. That way you can, maybe the person's not ready to buy yet, but at least now you know who they are, and that you can send them more information. You can put them in slow drip campaigns. Even though we're a marketing company, I don't like to spam anyone. Gosh, I hate it. It's probably the worst thing. And I hate bad marketing, slam marketing, intrusive marketing. And I get why people do it. It's a noisy world out there. It's hard to get attention. Some people think you got to be over the top and crazy. And it's like, nah, we don't believe that way. How can we help you solve the problem that you're having? And if someone else can solve it better than we can, hey, go with them, because ultimately we care about small business and we want to see you be successful. And that's what we believe in. Now I'm going to figure out what they're doing better than try to do it myself. But that's just the way it is. We want you to be successful in there. And that in turn is my last point here, is really makes a better customer experience when they get attention immediately from the website. Now, I don't think our chatbot's being intrusive. It doesn't pop up and cover your screen where you can't see it saying, "Answer me." It's not like some needy person that you met, out somewhere, or stalker that won't leave you alone. It just pops up down there in the corner and just says, "Hi, can I help you with anything today?" And there it sets out there. And hopefully that's enough to get your attention, or at least have you remember that, oh, there's a chat bot down there. I do have a question. Let me go ahead and ask the chat bot down here, because it's 5:02 p.m. Eastern time, and you're in the Mountain Time Zone where it's only 3:02 over there. Obviously, we're closed over here on the East Coast, or the Eastern Time Zone, but the rest of the world's still doing business. So you have to consider those things also with the AI chatbot. And then again, so those are just a few of the reasons that you would even consider an AI chatbot. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there. Just for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I mentioned: the instant responses, automation of questions, increased interactions and conversations, collect customer information, and the better customer experience ultimately in the end is what we want your customers to have. Obviously, we want you to get the sale, right? That's the whole point of that, is we want as many touch points as possible to a potential lead coming to your website where the chatbot can actually interact with them. Okay. So that's what's important, is to get them, because if they come to your website and they don't have any interaction and they're just kind of wandering around. It's like going into a store, right? And you're looking for something particular and you can't say you're looking for a particular type of running shoe and you're looking for it. You can't find it. You're kind of wandering around the store. Oh, there's no staff there. Now, that's a different tangent altogether that we may be eventually going down this road. That's a whole other type of show. But, I really don't like what they're doing to my checkouts, by the way. Anyway, you're wandering through the store, can't find your shoe, and you're like, this is stupid. There's nobody even here to help me find my shoe that I'm looking for. I'm out, and you're back out the front door. Now, what would be even creepier is if you're walking around said store and an AI robot come walking up to you. I'd be afraid of death, but I'm kidding. But, somebody there to at least guide you in the right direction. It's like, oh, hey, they're in aisle 4. Head over to aisle 4. You're going to find exactly what you're looking for over there. And that's it. That AI bot didn't do anything except guide them to the proper place to where they can find what they're looking for, the proper information that they're in. It's like, oh, okay, hey, here's the shoes. Excellent. Awesome. Oh, now I got a question about the shoes. I got a question. Does it come in blue? Does it come in this color? Does it come here? Or like this? Can you deliver these? When you're going to get more in stock? There's a bunch of questions they could have. And if you're not ready to do that now, so that sounds silly almost to say if it was a brick and mortar store, because well, again, here recently, I haven't seen that kind of service in a little while, but depending on the type of store you go in, but if you can give your customer that type of experience on your website or in your social media attached to it, holy crap, that's awesome, right? You're answering the question right away for them. You're able to get back and respond to them right away. Good stuff. It's really good stuff. So that's really what you guys should do. You guys should start researching AI bots for your site. And then there's a choice of which one do you use? How often? How much is it going to cost me? All this stuff. And that's a whole nother story in itself. Now, obviously, we can help you out at Averi Solutions or Reach Penguin, which is our product for that. If you're interested, we'd be really grateful and answer any questions you have. You don't even have to talk to our AI bot if you don't want to, but it is there. If you want to talk to a real person, you can do that at our website, and we'll have somebody get back to you right away and answer any questions. Set up a demo for you. Show. I did make a video now. If you head over to YouTube, obviously I can't send the link here on a podcast, but if you head over to our YouTube channel and do a search for Reach Penguin, we do a series now. I've only done 2 or 3. I think I've only done 2 of these so far. It's called Build with Reach Penguin, and one of them is called "Hey AI, build an AI chatbot on your site." I don't know what exactly it is. I'm not looking at the site currently. I just did it yesterday too. You think I remember the title of it, but I don't. And you can go see how that all works out. That way you don't have to engage with anyone if you don't want. If you do have some questions, let us know. We'll check it out. But there's a ton of great resources out there for it, and there's some really good in-depth chatbots. It really depends on what you want for your business. I think the one that we have now on our site is awesome. It works great for what we need. I don't need any in-depth stuff. But what I'm going to turn on, and I forgot to tell you guys this, what I'm going to have to do is turn on is I'm going to have it instead of right now, we send a link to, hey, if you want to book an appointment, a demo, or talk to somebody, it sends you a link to a calendar link that we'll set up with one of our sales folks or a demo. And you can just set the appointment whenever you want. What I'm turning on later today is, and if you're hearing this later on in the future, after April 4th, from when I'm recording this now, or we're actually doing this live right now, and I'll push it back up as a recording, is I'm going to have the chat bot make the appointment for you. It's going to ask, hey, when you're available, does this day work over this day? Does this time work over this time? And what it's doing also in the background, again, I get nerded out over this stuff because it's really cool, is it's looking at everyone's calendar that can give a demo and offering free times across multiple calendars to you. And then the person or the time that you pick that's what wins, right? Maybe I have a meeting over that time and I can't do the demo, but Garrison or Casey can, and boom, one of those guys will pop in and give you the demo. So it's really cool, the stuff that it's going to be able to do. I'm going to turn that on here in, soon as I'm actually done with this episode, I'm going to go and play with it and get it turned on over there. So again, if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to us, right? And we're happy to answer any questions you might have. But either way, consider it. If you're not running a chatbot on your website, you should seriously think about it. If you're not sure how to put it on there, man, just send me a message. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, or X now, sorry, and all the other social platforms. Feel free to kick me a question and ask, or come ask our chatbot. It's not going to know. It's not going to know some of the answers, but it will put you in touch with me if you need to. Until then, that's it. That's all I had. I hope you guys catch the importance of having an AI chatbot on your site. And we're going to do this every week at 1 p.m. Eastern is my goal. Every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to talk about something to help you get more customers, help you stop missing those leads like AI chatbot, and things that'll just overall help your business. And all the information is for free. Yeah, that's awesome. Till then, we'll see you guys next week.